the day, Tylenol isn't a permanent part of me. It's not something that, like, I'm just on at all points in time. I don't wake up in the morning, take Tylenol, and before I go to sleep, I take Tylenol. I realize it helps with a problem. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I ease my headache, and I drink more water, and I go eat some food, and then I balance out, and my headache is gone. I don't need the Tylenol. Now, beyond that, right, I feel like she's a cool enough person to where we could be friends. But because of our history, the sexual tension is so high that it's like, yo, we need to get this out of our system, I feel like. We can't be friends until we get this shit out of our system. That's how I feel like. I feel like, yo, she could come through. We could have some talks. We could
feel
fuck
like
around.
you're underestimating.
We could watch
smashing.
some movies. I'm not gonna say that I'm not, because I could be underestimating that shit. But what I'm talking about is beyond that, because I feel like in the same way with friends, I truly feel like I have had people in my life that I've cared about that didn't care about me in the same way. And I've had to deal with that hurt so often that I've accepted people for certain reasons. Like we had this conversation with Josh, right? And Josh is going to be on a different episode. I know I keep saying this nigga name, but we had this conversation about like people hitting you up and like people valuing your time. And it's like, yo, I understand if you don't feel that way, but I can't be friends with you if you won't act like this, right? And it's kind of like that. It's like you start to understand, or it's kind of like that difference where I was talking about accepting people for who they are. In the same way Caleb like bullshitted on, he said he was coming through, and then he was like, yeah, I'm on my way, and then this nigga ghosted, and he was like, yeah, I had to go to work. It's like, what the fuck? And then like I could say, yo, you weren't appreciating my time. It took 2 seconds to say, yo, I got called into work, I'm not coming. Now, for me, I look at it and say, look, part of me understood, yeah, maybe I don't want to deal with that, so cut them off, because that's some fucked up shit. Like, if that's how you view the world, that's how you view relationships, I don't want to be friends with you. But then I changed my view of shit. Like, way prior to that happening, where it was like, look, people are going to be who they are. You got to accept people for who they are and what they could bring into your life. I got certain friends where I still consider them friends even if we don't talk every day. You know what I mean? Like, even if we don't talk every day, maybe it's only certain times we talk. Maybe it's only for certain reasons that we talk.
I'm not table.
And when you have those type of friends, you understand, like, look, if you do something that offends me, I will get offended if you break the rules of certain categories. But if you're not in that category, I'm not going to get mad, because I don't value you in the same way. When you break down the levels of friendship, now for some people, friendship is friendship. Like, look, this is how I judge all my friends. This is what, if you break this, I'm done with you. I have a set standard. But for me, it's more like based on person to person.
Yeah.
What do you, like, we've talked about with you. In the same way, like, you might not always respond, but when you agree to something, you agree to something. I'm not going to get mad at you. If I hit you up one day.
And I do acknowledge my bullshit as well.
But you're consistent.
Yeah.
That's important, right? So in that way, I value people differently. So with her, I can acknowledge where we could be good friends. I said that. And maybe even acknowledging that was wrong for what I wanted.
You don't want a friendship, though. I guess that's...
No. I don't want a friendship without sex. I want to get it out my system. Because
can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said,
yeah,
do you feel like your feelings might change if you actually do end up sleeping with her?
No. Honestly, no. I feel like at the end of the day,
I honestly feel like that might be a little big cat.
No, you call me out if you feel that way, but let me finish the statement first.
Go ahead.
I feel like, and I see where it could come off as bullshit, but honestly, in the same way that she felt like it was no point in bringing it up, and I told her, like, there's nothing you could say that bothered me. And I will say this now. I cried that night. And it wasn't because of what she said.
What was it for?
It was because of me. It was my lack of clarity. It was me and my emotions. It's like,
you found out that you had a little bit of blue residue left.
Well, back then it was still
that
blue.
Too.
So.
That too. But it's like, imagine you got a starving person. They're hungry as fuck. And you tell them, yo, I got a burger for you. And they walk a mile, 2 miles to this burger spot. And then you go there and they tell you it's no food. And that nigga cry. Is he mad because he didn't get that burger? Or is he mad because he walked this far and he's still hungry? Is it the burger or the hunger? Is it the actual burger? The burger specifically?
That's for this
or
shit.
the hunger.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like I cried because I feel like I cried because I was hungry.
That's a good ass analogy.
And I felt like I had food waiting for me. I came home and there was no food. It could have been spaghetti. It could have been chow mein. It could have been lasagna. I was hungry. And somebody told me they had food. Fuck a burger.
Fuck a burger.
Fuck a burger. It wasn't the burger. I was hungry and somebody said food. I walked for the food. I was hesitant.
Intimacy.
There we go. It wasn't her. It was the intimacy.
The intimacy.
And now part of me at the end questioned whether or not I could be intimate with her and maintain my value.
And I feel like you can't.
Part of me feels like I can't either. Continue. I'll wait for you to finish. Go.
No, because I feel like you're too emotional for that. Especially when it comes to sex. Sex is like, it's some shit. I'm not gonna cap.
Yep.
Fucking bitches, but nigga, you could really smash a John and then have her fucked up in the head like possessive type shit. Yep. It's like that shit is a big deal. That kind of
falls back to
niggas. Hold up, niggas be talking about fucking soul. I don't know what my sister was talking about this shit.
Soul ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type shit after you. It's like you believe it. It's like you smash it. If you smashing a nut ass like NBA YoungBoy ass nigga, it's like, and you end up crazy. It's like it's because you understand it. You taking another person's energy type shit. So that's why I say it comes down to what you want.
Overall,
you gotta be careful. You gotta understand it.
Yeah, I mean, overall, dude, it comes down to just knowing what was there and moving from it.
I agree. It's not like I'm stuck on what was there. It's not like I'm reminiscing on the past on some emotional shit where it's like, yo, I want that connection that I had with her because I feel like in hindsight the connection wasn't as deep as I thought it was. I feel like it's more about us as adults than it was as us as children. Because when we were younger, of course, we could simplify and say it's hormones, it's emotion, it's sexual chemistry. But as adults, through
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
So you just with her just because you want some pussy? Is this what this is?
I wouldn't simplify it to just sexual.
Hold up, but like, what are you trying to get from her?
Sex.
Something to make me feel better. I feel like.
And you feel like sex will do that?
No, it's not. I feel like
that closeness.
I asked you.
That closeness.
You after the sex, how would it be?
The friendship that she wants.
You can't give her?
I feel like the friendship she wants, I'm not against. I'm not against having that friendship with her as long as I'm fucking. That's really.
So, but in other words, hold on. In other words, you're saying that as long as you give her what she wants, then you should be able to get what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I get what you're saying, and I feel you. It's just more or less of you just have to get her to agree on that.
Yeah, and it's almost as though
that's what you were trying to do, and it's like you gotta be able to let that go. If it don't work, it don't work. If she's not with it, she's not with it.
Yeah, clearly you can't force her. You can't force her to.
And
to be with you.
She's using. She knows that. She knows that you want to smash, and she uses that to get what she wants.
Yep.
But not give you what you want. And as a man, you gotta truck that shit. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because listen,
you don't gotta be disrespectful, but it's like
you can't just give her your all.
You don't match,
and then her not give you what you want.
See, and that is what I stood on. That is where the conversation ended. So, all right, continuing, right, where she ended up responding to. Well, she ended up saying a bunch of shit. following up, right? And then I realized, and this is something Josh pointed out, where he was like, yo, you shouldn't have responded to all that because that's giving her that validation she wants. But I responded to it all because I felt at that point in time, getting into what she said, responding to it all, and then telling her how I felt, and then being blunt was the way to go. And I didn't realize, like, yo, I threw mad fucking pillows on the ground before I pushed her off the roof. I threw mad fucking pillows on the ground. Like, I did not need, that shit needs to hit as hard as it needs to hit.
I feel like that's you just trying to like over-explain shit, like
Yeah.
how she was talking about.
But that's me. And that's going to go into another video that we do when we talk about the influences and why men act in certain ways and do certain things. Because, but that's something else, right? But continuing, right? She goes into talking about her life and talks about like the shit from high school and whatever. And then I respond to all of it. And it was almost to a point of me trying to convince her. She's the one that hit me up. And I said what I wanted, and she continued talking, and I gave her what she wanted without getting what I wanted.
Yeah, and based off the
I
messages,
continued
she
to
was
bullshit.
hitting you so much.
Yeah.
It's like she would get all the emotional shit that she wanted to get out.
And I was giving her what
And
she
then
wanted.
she might have put a bait type shit, like a little bait statement, and then you'll bite on the bait. But you feel like you have to address all the other shit as well.
See, now let me say this. She has said a bunch of shit. I'm gonna focus on my response here, right? I'll read it all. I said, okay, and because she had said a bunch of shit, and then towards the end, it was almost as though she was trying to give reasons why we couldn't be together or shouldn't
Debate.
and then it convinced me to like want to defend it and say, well, this isn't that, and we could do this because. And I fucked up there, but I want to say this statement just so niggas could hear it and like niggas could avoid this situation. I said, well, and she brought up my religion. So up until for years,
All irrelevant.
No, it is because she's very religious, her family. And,
But if we just talking about friends with benefits, if that's what
doesn't
you
matter.
really want, it does not matter.
it doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant.
It
I
doesn't
feel like
matter.
that's from a
But-
perspective of a nigga who just wants it. That's a deflection. What are you talking about? My religion? What are you talking about? This?
dating and
You're
shit.
talking about a whole bunch of other shit. No, come to
You
the
think these
crib.
are excuses?
That in hindsight, yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, so I went and I was like, okay, as far as what I said, and as of now, I still pray in reference to the God and Goddess, but I don't necessarily claim Wiccan anymore. My religious views have been growing, and like I mentioned, or what I'm saying, let's say Wiccan anymore. My religious views have been growing, and like I mentioned, besides drinking with some homies at the house and cool restaurants here and there, I don't know what social life there is to keep up with. The famous part is funny. Now, at this point, cool. At this point, it was funny because she had brought up a bunch of reasons why we shouldn't be together. Talking about, like, yeah, if I'm famous one day, she wouldn't like it.
Like
Talking
what the?
about,
Hold up, talk about.
Yeah.
What type of statement is that?
Hold on, let me not skip over that
Hold up.
part.
Yeah, hold up.
Yeah.
I want you to read that one out, cause like,
Okay.
yo, she's on some
Okay.
really.
So this is what she got to. She was like, I'm skipping some shit.
That's master manipulation.
She said, I'm still, she said, but as for now, while I don't think we will work out, I don't think my family would like you, especially since you're Wiccan, and I feel like I probably couldn't keep up with your social life, but that's mainly speculation. Plus, if you became famous, I might end up hating life with you. And I don't think I want kids, but you seem like the guy who would want kids. So much has happened that has hurt me, and a chunk of it could have been avoided if I made better choices. So I want to be more practical, and I never want to be a victim, or at least never again. And then that right there is like, she started off capping and then went into some shit to make
Yeah.
me emotional. Talking
Yeah,
about
I was about to say,
and
honestly,
all that shit.
if
So,
we're gonna be real, that was manipulation tactic.
all right, let's take this one before I go.
Listen, I got something really important to say after this.
All right, you want me to go or you want to go first?
If he wasn't done, please continue.
Okay. So what I said, all right, skipping that, but I was like, so as of now, I still pray in reference to the God and Goddess, but I don't necessarily claim Wiccan anymore. My religious views have been growing, and like I mentioned, besides drinking with some homies at my house and cool restaurants here and there, I don't know what social life there is to keep up with.
Hashtags cool restaurants.
Real shit.
Yeah.
The famous part is funny.
I've been there.
The famous part is funny. You know how many famous people wives that are you know how many famous people's wives there are where people don't even know their name or face. Being in the public eye is a choice. Yeah, I do want kids one day. And I don't know what you mean. I don't know if you mean having kids in general or just giving birth aspect. But I don't think you should look that far ahead when thinking about this. I want you to continue to be practical and focus on your shit. I admire that. But hope you don't feel like you'd be a victim of me. I am on a similar wave of focusing on myself, growing as a person, and getting my shit together. I agreed with your last statement especially. I'm trying to get my shit together before trying to start a life with someone. I'm not asking for a future or to be saved, or I'm not asking for a future or to save you or to be saved. But if we got chemistry, why aren't we indulging in it?
You know what? You know what I hear?
What?
I hear red pill mentality with a blue pill delivery.
Blue residue.
It's like that.
Blue residue.
No.
Hold
It's
up.
exactly how he's saying it.
It's red pill
It's red
mentality.
pill mentality.
I hear the red pill, but
blue
it's such a blue pill delivery.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's like you're red pill in your mind, but it's like it's new to you. You don't know how to walk
I
it.
got clean water with rusty pipes. So
Yeah.
the water looked brown. Even though it was clean water, it's like it's the residue of the pipes.
Listen, man.
That's-
With all that's been said so far,
Yeah.
it all comes down.
Oh, and this next part about to be some bullshit. Continue.
Shit.
So far, what's been said, it all comes down to just. Obviously, she hit you up for a reason.
Yep.
I don't know if the videos that you've posted helped the situation because technically that is what
Probably.
she started.
It gave her an excuse to talk to me.
Yeah, that
'Cause
was her opening. That was her
one
opening.
thing I will say, I don't post on Instagram like that. Up until recently, I literally post every few months. Like I'm not one of them niggas who looking at likes and comments and gotta post every day. Like if I go to a restaurant, I might post the food. If I go somewhere, I might post it. If I see something interesting or funny, I'll post it. But I'm not an everyday guy. So since I don't post every day, she would literally have to go to the past and like my shit, comment on my shit. So the fact that I literally just posted the first time I start posting multiple things that let me not even say that. The moment I made the new page for the podcast, within 8 minutes, she liked the first video and followed the page.
How did she catch on that quick, though?
I won't, like literally that day. I told you.
She searched
Hold
them
up.
up.
No, it's not even that because I shared it. I literally made the Instagram, posted videos on that Instagram, and then from my main page, I shared it to my story, telling people to go to it.
Okay.
So literally, as soon as I shared it to my story, first day, liked the first video, commented. I started posting clips the day after that.
That means she watching your story like
She is
every
watching
day.
me. She's watching me. She's fucking watching. I know she watching me.
There's
Yo,
nothing
know
wrong
she
with her
watching
watching though.
No, it is. It is.
Denise gonna see this shit.
Yo, look, I want her to see this, and I want two things. Either she sees this and she stopped fucking around and she hit me up on some real shit and we could do what the fuck it is, or she see this shit, get angry, and never fucking hit me up again. I got the unfollow app.
Either one
Hold on,
works.
stop it real quick. I got the unfollow app. I could see who is following me. I could see who is following me that I don't follow back. I don't follow her. She follows me. This video is gonna get posted. I'm gonna give it 3 days.
3 days
In
That's
3 days, because I know she gonna see it the
With the
first day.
edit?
I know she
Oh.
gonna see it the first day.
before she hit you up.
I know she gonna see it. No. I'm saying 3 days after I post this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if she still follow me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
If she still follow me after 3 days of me releasing this video, this bitch is crazy.
Denise, I know you might be hurt about some of this shit, but all this shit has been truthful. Big cap, no bullshit. This is just the real. So if you
real.
feel away, you feel away. But
I'm about to continue. Say what you
niggas
gotta
being
say
the
real quick.
truth.
Listen.
Niggas speaking the truth. That's
Honestly,
all.
I don't want to say it.
wanna
Please,
go?
please finish.
What do you
Okay.
want to say? I can say what you want to
At the very
say.
end, I'll say it.
Okay, so that's what I said. So the last thing I ended off is I'm not asking for a future or to be saved, or I'm not asking for a future or to save you or to be saved. But if we got chemistry, why aren't we indulging in it? Real question, is it not? She says, because what if things get real bad and we stop talking to each other? I say, well, it's better to see what happens than to randomly talk every few years than stop talking and keep thinking of each other. Just to repeat, don't you think? She says, I actually kind of like that, at least for now. Do you want to call on the phone?
What the fuck? Hold on, talk.
Can you repeat that last part for me, please?
I said, and also I said, if I'm not asking for a future or to save you or to be saved by
The
you.
response.
But if we got chemistry, why aren't we indulging in it? She says, because what if things get real bad and we stop talking to each other altogether? I said, well, it's better to see what happens than to randomly talk every few years, then stop talking and keep thinking of each other just to repeat. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
She says,
Yes.
I actually kind of like that, at least for now.
What the fuck is
Do
that?
you want to call on the phone? Now me right now.
Deflection
at that point,
plus more bait.
Right. At that point, I felt like, okay, red pill. We always talk on the phone. It's the same thing. If I give her this phone call, she gets validated and I never get what I want. So no. So
Yeah.
I go into it. I'm like,
That was exactly what it was.
and all I said was, nah, I want to see you in person.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. One sentence. That was it. Nah, I
you
wanna
want
see you in person.
something?
She said, why though? I'm not trying to be facetious either. After all, we're focusing on self-growth, right? Also, I meant if you want to call now, I'm getting tired of texting. I said, to be honest, I'm curious how we will both feel when we see one another. Besides the fact that I'm at work right now, I feel like
That's manipulation tactic on your part.
Well, hold on. No, it wasn't. Let me finish.
Okay, my fault.
I said, to be honest, I'm curious how we will both feel when we see one another. But besides the fact that I'm at work right now, I feel like getting on the phone will probably end up going how it always does for us. And that may or may not be enough for you, but I want to be able to actually touch you, not be teased by your voice.
Aww.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. That's
Don't
manipulation
say,
tactic.
No,
That's
that wasn't manipulation tactic. I was being honest because, like, look.
Nah, that was just you
was
being
being
real.
honest.
I was being real.
But-
Oh, you mean on her side it was manipulation?
No. I
What?
feel like you wanted something. And I
Yeah.
feel like you was giving validation. Not
Let's not
It's
forget
like you're a
that
red
you
pill
still
nigga, right?
wanted-
You're a red pill
yeah.
nigga.
Uh-huh.
You're a red pill nigga. You know what validation is. But you gave that to her because you wanted something. You wanted to fuck.
I guess I could see your point. I mean, I didn't really look at it as validation. I looked at that as being real because when I said I'm curious how we'll feel when we see one another. To me, I know how I'm probably gonna feel.
And that's like
Uh-huh.
when she asks about your mans.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Man, say she asked
Yeah,
about my dick.
like that's the male version of that. I'm curious how you see when we see nothing. I know what I say. I know what I mean when I say
I
that.
feel you.
I'm curious how I feel when I
I'm
see when we see
No,
nothing.
and- all right,
Cause I'ma bust that ass. That's what it is. On some real shit. We gonna keep it a buck. Big cap, no
Keep it a
bullshit.
buck. Yeah, we're big cap, no bullshit.
I'm going to bust that ass.
Yeah,
That's what I
and
mean
she
when I
know
say
what
that.
it is. And
Cause
I
yeah,
just
and
hope-
you and she
I just
knows
hope
what
my
it
boy
is.
Grav is
And then she's-
going to be ready for when that does.
All right,
And
but
you
look,
know that she's fighting not seeing you for that exact reason. That's why you said
I
that.
believe that. Yeah, we can. Let's do half this one. I'm with you. You got me torn.
Yeah,
All right, I appreciate you.
Shit,
bro.
I got it. Shit, if you want to pass it.
But all right, so look, then you know what she said after that? She was like, "Now you're teasing me. You do these things on purpose, don't you?" And then she
I
was
see
like,
her point when she said that.
"How so?"
When I was just talking about
The bait?
I'm curious of how you.
Is that bait or teasing? Because I literally, I said, to be honest, I'm curious how we would
I feel
both
like-
feel when we see one another.
I feel like they're synonyms. Baiting and teasing. They're synonyms.
Okay,
Yo,
I'll give you that.
it's like, yo,
I'll give you that.
It's like
I'll give you that. I like how you chose the word synonym.
Keep in mind that at this point, she still hasn't given up.
Yeah.
At this point, she still
and that's what I'm saying.
talks to you.
When you cut it off, half HP left. It's like you was indulgent,
Listen,
but I can hear the red pill in the response. But
Got the cap broke.
it's just a blue pill delivery.
half
Yeah.
a shot. What's wrong with you?
Well, continue.
That's what my man said. So
It's a better opportunities.
Facts.
Like this arc, you got. I feel like this arc is closed. Gotta close this arc out.
I do, but I feel like it got to end with a smash, literally. But
No.
I'm Twan,
No.
Twan. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you are right, Twan. Like Twan,
You
look,
believe you're strong enough.
no, Twan.
He is strong enough. What you mean? Yeah,
Twan,
he is.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah.
You are right. I should never hit her up again. I should drop her and move the fuck on. I would love to do that. What I am saying is
You're
I
not
don't-
strong enough if she hits you back.
No, I'm
again.
not saying that.
Okay, what are you saying?
What I'm
My
saying
fault.
is if I continue, if I find another girl right now, and I hope I change my view. I don't want to stay the way I feel
I
right
think
now.
I said this.
If I find another girl, I will still be curious about what could have happened. I'm waiting to find a girl that makes me not give a fuck. I would love if tomorrow I were to go outside and I see a girl and I talk to her and shit vibes and we get together, and then next time Denise hits me up, I'm like, I show it to my bitch and my bitch respond and she like, haha, bitch, you funny, like this my nigga, like that would be goals. But realistically, I currently feel like if I were to get another girl and Denise hits me up, I'm gonna think about like, fuck, I really
I'm about
never
to say
got
some
to
real
see.
shit.
Say it, yo.
I feel like as a man, if that's what you want, you gotta go after that, bro. That's what I'm talking about, like going out and shit. It's just like if you truly wish to find another John to move on, find another girl. You have to be in them scenarios. You have to go out and you have to find. I feel like
Tinder's good. Bumble.
it's just like
Facebook. YouTube.
it's the men to be. It's like
SoundCloud.
it's just male nature to be the pursuers.
Yeah.
Type shit. It's like if you wanna John, go talk to her. You gotta initiate conversation. You can get
real.
that.
That's real.
You want her to stay, bust her down type shit. We're rap.
Cause can I
I feel
say
like
something?
niggas been so catered to, and it's like fucked up. But it's like when niggas don't know how to be men, cause most men is the fucking jail. I feel like only the bitch nigga survived.
Yep.
It was a point where
That's real.
real niggas got locked up and the bitch nigga survived. Now we
Yup.
in like bitch nigga infested world. And real niggas, I got the blood of a real nigga in me. So I'm real rap. I swear to God.
Yo, we
That's how I
gonna
feel.
we gonna touch on that in another video. I'm not cutting
Yeah.
you off, but I just
Yeah.
want to say you have your father in your life.
Yes.
That's enough. I just wanted to say that.
Yes.
Like, that's gonna be another video. Continue.
And that's what I was about to go into. It's like most niggas don't have that. They was locked up in jail. They killed. They done dead. So it's like niggas. It takes them when you say it takes them longer to become men.
Real shit.
And then women get impatient
Yep.
because women mature faster than men. Men mature later than women. Plus, we don't have male role models and shit to
Balance it out.
balance it out. I'm gonna end it there.
Okay. So moving forward, right? She said, excuse me, hiccups. But she was like, now you're teasing me. You do these things on purpose, don't you? And then she was like, where do you work? I'm starting to get a migraine, so I gotta go, like, on some bullshit, right? And then I went into it. I was like, no, I'm not teasing you. I'm just not gonna get teased. And you already know where I work. You said you hope to see me whenever you come to my job. And yeah, you handle it. Well, yeah, you can handle it, but you'll hit me up when you decide. Now, I fucked up there. I didn't realize that until later. I fucked up there. Instead of saying, you'll hit me up when you decide, I should have said, hit me up when you decide. I put the ball in her court. I was like, yo, yeah, we going to continue, but let me know when you make your mind up. And instead of saying, don't talk to me until you make your mind up.
Yeah.
I fucked up there, and I didn't
Drawing
realize
that
it.
line.
I thought I was being smooth. I thought I was like, oh, yeah, she want me, so you'll hit me up when you make your mind up. And I figured it would be some shit, but I fucked up there. Then we went in talking about where I work and all this shit. And then that's where shit got fucked up because the conversation ended up getting skewed and we ended up talking about other shit, right? Now, here's something that's important to me, right? She ended up ending off one of her statements. She was like, ask me something, right? So I'm like, okay. At that point, I realized she was trying to change the subject, right?
Yeah.
I realized she changed the subject. But I was okay with it because, like I said, I was entertained by most of this conversation. So I wasn't getting angry. I was more like, all right, well, fuck it. Let's see what happens, right?
You were at least trying to see where it would go.
Exactly, right? So I was like, okay, what's your top 2 favorite restaurants? Hold up. Real quick, before I even continue, I got to say, yo, the 3 of us got to go to a restaurant, bro.
That's a fact.
Oh, like
Because,
right now?
no, not right now. But what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, bro, the 3 of us, because, like, no, I was just thinking about it, like, this is a slight sidetrack, but, like, me, I love restaurants. Everybody here love restaurants. But me personally, right, I like different food, but me personally, I have to look in my life and see who I can experience different shit with. But these 2 niggas right here,
Always came through when it came to food.
Not even just food. I don't want to simplify it and make it sound about food. But
always came through.
But it's like when it comes to having certain friends you can do certain shit with and appreciate certain shit with, you know, niggas be bitching about certain shit. It's like either travel or experiences. Because I don't doubt that if it was something else, like, it's not to say just food. Because we could do food. We could go to a different place. We could talk about something different. We could talk about work. We could talk whatever. But with the food shit, the 3 of us, because I go to restaurants with mostly 2 people. You and you. Like, y'all niggas don't.
But you know what was crazy?
That's a fact.
Go to 3 of us. Yeah.
Let me say this.
This is like sidetrack.
Definitely expect us to go to a restaurant and review the food.
Yes.
And definitely talk about it amongst ourselves.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something. If you guys really want to know what it's like to taste this food or to know what's good and bad.
That New York trip, bro.
Listen, New York.
I was happy as hell.
I'll tell you that right now.
It's that Sajgate shit between
really
me and you.
Listen, yeah. But I want to get sidetracked. I just had to say that because these 2 niggas right here, they my niggas. Yeah. I just had to say that before I continue because the niggas just made me think of that shit.
Hour 3.
Right. But all right, so continue, right? She asked her something. So I'm like, all right, so what's your top 2 favorite restaurants? Here where the bullshit came.
Yeah.
Here where the bullshit came. So she started talking about some restaurants. She mentioned Cheesecake Factory. She talked about the price of a different restaurant, some bullshit. And then, like, she goes in and talking about, like, she's part Thai, right? Mm-hmm. So she talks about Thai food. She talks about Thai food and this and that. Her grandmother teaching her how to cook, blah, 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 like, whatever, right?
You fuck with that type shit?
No, not even that. But I ended up making a statement, and then she took it to a different point. I said, this is what I said. I said, you good. I kind of like when you go off on a tangent. That's a fact. When it's like, it's kind of quirky. Well, I don't know the word. In a cute way. Validation. Didn't peep it at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, at least I get a glimpse of what you're thinking. Validation. I was being honest, but that was validation. I didn't peep. Then I said, I never had Thai food before, so I definitely be down to try some. I always lean towards Japanese and Korean barbecue spots. That or ramen. I was being real. Even though I was validating, I didn't catch it. She responds and says a bunch of shit. I ain't even going to mention most of the shit. The shit that sticks out. Because she mentioned her brother and then like a restaurant that he likes.
All that bunch of shit is what she wanted to get out.
But then she got down to it and she said, anyways, since you're so adamant about having food with me and I'm so adamant about not seeing you right now, how about we just wait until after I graduate and get a steady job and move out? I know it's a lot, but you have time in between to meet someone else and I have time to get more money. I'm probably going to get into software development.
Hold on, pause.
Where
exactly does she like?
That was like a full counter.
Yeah, like that was a counter on herself.
That was a waterbender move.
Like
when redirection, she said, "Whoa," and it put it all back on
what
you.
What exactly does she plan on getting out of by that?
What are you talking about?
I have no
exactly.
idea.
What are you talking about?
So that right there, like, so when I respond, you know what I responded with?
What?
3 words. I said, LOL, you're hilarious.
Oh my God. This guy.
That's all I said. LOL,
You're
you're hilarious.
hilarious.
And then I came back. I said, not the software development. LOL. Now that was a confusion point in the conversation, because I wasn't saying not the software development. LOL. I wasn't joking about software development. I was saying you're hilarious.
Yeah.
Then not the software development, but I'm still laughing.
Yeah, it's like
So that caused some confusion because she thought I was laughing at the software development. But the shit she said after that.
that she knew what she was talking about, but she brought up some bullshit. Go ahead.
She said, "What's that supposed to mean? You get under my skin, and I always have the urge to get back at you some way. Surely you must have some weakness that I can exploit. And then I can irritate you without seriously hurting you or angering you. But finding your weakness will require stalking you or spending time with you, neither of which I have energy for. It always seems like you have the upper hand. Oh geez, the combination of chatting with you again and watching Kare Kano again is causing strange parts of my personality to resurface." You know what I said? You know what I said? Let it out. I was like, let it out.
Yo, this is crazy, bro.
I said, let it out.
This is like denial.
Bro, look, I do
Denial.
agree she's part crazy, but that shit turns me on.
Yes, I understand that.
Like, bro,
it's
it
like
turns me on.
I honestly,
Now you know, ladies. Now you know.
Yo.
I don't give a fuck about a little talking back. Honestly, that I feel like
At that
that's
point,
me.
oh my god.
That's why like crazy. It's how you're talking crazy. I feel like I'll let you talk crazy till like I'm willing to check it now. And when I check it, shit about to get fun when I check it. I guarantee you, Chip.
Shit gets done. Shit gets done.
Yes.
Real shit.
But honestly,
This is me.
this is a lot. Like this is like she said not on you, but she said a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like overall, it's more of like, okay, at this point, either she's having her fun with this.
It's like she knows her weakness, and is
yeah.
like blaming you for exploiting it, but you're just being real.
So at this point, honestly, with you saying that, can you imagine how she's gonna feel after she watches this?
I hope you see the different perspective, Denise.
Listen, I hope you
see a different
Denise,
perspective.
if you're out there, I know you are. I hope you don't grow no hate for me and Twan, because we just here to support her.
I'm a real nigga. Always been a real nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We red pill niggas.
Yeah.
We don't play no games.
Real shit.
It's no rap.
The big cap, no bullshit. That's exactly what
bullshit.
this
Big
is.
cap, no bullshit.
You want to hear the truth? Oh, you best wish you get mentioned on this show.
Yo, so hold
You
on.
look at me different. I smoked the chow now. I'm calm.
Bro.
I smoked the chow now.
Shit,
Yo,
I took my
so
shots.
Pete,
I'm
Only
She
real
said,
shit.
yo, so when I said let it out, she was like, "No, you can't make me." And then she said, "I'm an emotional."
That was such a big question
no,
to me.
It's all bait.
What you fuck
At
you mean?
this
I
point,
can't
it's
make
all
you.
bait.
Listen,
Fuck you mean I can't make
She
you?
bro.
started joking. She look, this was because this is how she be. She be trying to change that subject. I don't let it rock, but look, she was like, "No, you can't make me. I'm an emotional ninja who likes emotional niggas." Bars. she said that makes me or that's me that's me making fun of people who make a single rhyme and then say bars. Then in the back of my head, like, yeah, two less me. Like, she was trying to change the subject so fucking hard. But I said a bunch of shit, right? Now I'm gonna say what I said. I said, I think it's funny that you think I'm adamant about taking you out to eat because I said I never had Thai food and would be down to try some. I think you're scared for some reason. I can get that, but you don't scare me. You want to talk about me having
Validation.
But look, no. That was like, look, she was talking about my weakness and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bitch, you don't fucking scare me. Like, that wasn't me validating. I wasn't trying to validate. I was like, bitch, you really think you scare me? You really think you scare? Like, yo, you know what I've gone through with you? You really think you scare me? What can you do? Fuck around with my homies, you did that. Play with my emotions, you did that. What can you do to scare me? Like that's what I was
it's
really
like
saying.
she did all that, but it's like you still trying to get with her.
I'm still trying to fuck, and she should. I don't know if she didn't acknowledge that. I'm trying to fuck, not.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you validating the fact. It's like you can tell that you want something with that statement.
Yeah. Well, all right. So,
niggas drunk.
all right, real quick. So we ended off where she was joking about the bars shit. And I'm
You
just
got her
like,
pregnant?
what the fuck, right? So I and then I went into the adamant shit. So I said, I think it's funny that you think I'm adamant about taking you out to eat because I said I've never had Thai food before and will be down to try some. I think you're scared for some reason, and I can get that, but you don't scare me. You want to talk about me having a weakness? It used to be hope. I couldn't see reality for what it was. I would be in denial with shit. Now that I see clearly, I've decided to just be honest and be as happy as I can be. I told you earlier you couldn't bother me with anything you said. Truth is truth. What's your truth? Why are you playing? You know you want me. Plain and simple, and you have for a while.
See, I feel like with that statement, you feel like you want her to be red pill.
All women are red pill, bro.
But I feel like
she knows what she wants, but she doesn't want to give it to me.
Hold up.
But why?
That's what I feel like. That's what you talk about. Speak her truth,
Ask
right?
yourself why, though.
It's like she is red pill, but these is like red pill has a dark arts. There's a dark arts to red pill.
Yup, I would agree to that.
It's like you
Can I
fucking
please
mad
have that?
bitches with the red pill.
Please, can I have that?
You can say what the fuck you want. You say the
Got me
right words.
struggling. Can't
Make
even
a
smoke
bitch
damn
pussy-
cigarette.
It's a rap. Have turn bitches out with the red pill. And then the manipulation tactics, that's the female red pill. Dark arts. Dark arts.
I feel that shit, bro. I feel that. So you got more? You want to say something?
And you trying to convince her to your side, but it's like, nah, she playing the same game. She just
Listen, I've already came to
on
my
the dark
conclusion.
side. She the Sith.
I've already came to my conclusion on this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saving it for the end
Okay.
because I know there's still more you got to talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just let you finish.
All right. So that I said what I said there, right? As far as that, and then she said, and this is what bugged me. So like the clear thing I feel like the most blunt thing I said at the end was, you know you want me, plain and simple, and you have for a while. I said that shit being bold as fuck, and I was curious what she would say.
When you said that.
I had no fucks when I said that. She said, well, I don't want to mess things up with you or get hurt by you. And I'm still haunted by the words of my mom saying that you couldn't take care of me and that I was a little precious glass ornament that you would end up breaking because you wouldn't know how to treasure me or something like that. And she said,
reflection,
listen.
diversion.
And she said, you looked like her ex. Aside from the afro and your complexion, you look nothing like him. I hate that stupid man. And then she said shit about him and blah, blah, blah. Deflecting, changing the subject, going instead of like
Getting what she wants out because
Right.
you know she knows you're going to care.
And then I said, okay, I understand. Honestly, I'm willing to talk it out with you, but I'm not willing to play games with you. Do you understand?
Facts.
Then she said, I'm not playing games. You're starting to annoy me. I'm not careless and apathetic. Plus, I don't know what you mean by playing games. I wouldn't say that I don't understand guys, but I also don't understand women. Also, why do you laugh at software development? That was the whole like confusion when I said the LOL at the end of this. And like I already
fuck that.
prefaced, if you're watching this, I was not laughing at you doing software development. I was laughing at the fact that you thought I was adamant about taking you out to eat because I said I'd be down to try Thai food. Clarification. That's what that's for. Say what you got to say, Twan.
But it's like, that's such deflection. That's how I see it. It's like a waterbender move. Shit coming
Right.
redirect, motherfucker.
That's a whole wave being turned the other way.
So, Pete. And then after that, I said this. I was like, you admit to some extent how you feel about me, but you won't see me. To me, that implies playing, or to me, that's playing games.
Facts.
I didn't laugh at software engineering. Don't change the subject. I'm not going to hurt you. And
Just by addressing that.
yeah.
Blue residue.
Right.
Blue
Right.
residue.
I agree. But I was like, what would I say? To me, that's playing games. And I didn't laugh at software engineering. Don't change the subject. I'm not going to hurt you. and what would I say? And you did mess things up already. That's the past. If you don't want to move forward because of your mom, I get it. But I've spent time and mental energy today trying to understand you.
Move forward where?
But I've spent time and mental energy today trying to understand you and what you want as well as what I want. And you already know what you want. You can see me and choose not to. I don't know exactly what you want in your life, or I don't know exactly what you want me in your life as. But this game, IG messaging without any outcome does nothing for me. I enjoy talking to you, but before I couldn't tell if you really wanted me or just wanted to use me as a person to talk to. I don't know, but I'm not trying to continue this here. It's up to you. She continued and said, and this was interesting, right? Either one of you, feel free to stop me as I read. She said, I don't see how that's using you to want to talk to you, but I told you I don't want to see you yet, and I don't like feeling pressured to see you either, because that makes me nervous. I don't think we want the same things because I just wanted to talk to you for the time being. I just don't want to end up doing anything to regret right now, while I'm trying to focus on school and career development. You say it's up to me, but if you don't want to talk to me, then that much isn't up to me. For me, I want a lot of things, but I don't necessarily want them all at once. And there are some things that I'm not even sure I want. And if I see you, wouldn't you just end up more disappointed, since it's not like I'm going to start dating you when I'm really doubtful and worried about the things already? I don't know why I get so worried, and I know it's really irritating, so I'm sorry about that. I think that I'd rather not get close to you because I'm afraid I'd end up losing you or getting really hurt. I'll probably just end up admiring you from afar, if not, well, hold on, I'll probably just end up admiring you from afar, and if you decide not to talk to me anymore, it'll be that much more far away. Right now, I'm convinced that the best thing for me to do is focus on my career. I get distracted really easily, and I really have to move out this house. The sooner, the better. And then she started saying, like, another thing that I always hated is that it's hard for me to act strong and put together around you, and you keep pressuring me to open up more and more. I'm not even sure of all my own feelings, so it's hard for me to share them. And then I feel like a liar if I change my mind or clarify or realize that my feelings are different than I originally thought. I'm better at making choices that don't rely so much on feelings. And then she said, and then I said some shit. Like, she kept trying to talk about me laughing at software development. And then I explained what that. Now, she continued. She was like, also, I admit that I'm scared, and I know I don't scare you, and that makes me more scared. Do you even get nervous? It feels like you have the upper hand. Now
she doesn't want to take responsibility for her feelings.
She says, do you even get nervous? It feels like you have the upper hand. Now I feel like I'm just going on and on annoyingly, and I'm getting an anxiety rash. So I was talking about blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I wish I had a class about relationships and emotions so I could study. And then she started rambling, right? And then she thought I was ignoring her at that point because I was working. I was at my job. So, when I finally sat down and saw it, I was like, look, I was working, not ignoring you. Give me a sec.
Nah,
that right
fuck
there,
that.
that right there fucked up.
Yeah.
That was validation. Now I shouldn't have done it.
That.
I shouldn't have done that. I realized that. But Pete, let me continue.
It's like,
right?
You're really pressing me. Relax.
So I said, give me a second. She said, yeah, I get carried away. So I said, and then I quoted the shit and explained the whole software development shit because she was really bitching about that. And then went into that.
Fuck that.
So Pete,
we don't care about software development.
I realized that.
I'm trying to hit. That's why I feel like you fail to realize. You don't gotta explain none of that shit. I don't give fuck how she feel about some software development. I don't give a fuck about software development anyway. Yeah. I'm just trying to hit. So what's up with it?
I love how Torrance is all about still at the fact that you just want to hit.
That's what it is, though. Mm-hmm. He can, because you would say you could never be with a relationship with her, girl.
Look. We're almost at the end.
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
just read the shit.
Go ahead.
We're almost at the end. I'm gonna read the shit because it's a lot towards the end, but this is what really gets to the nitty gritty. This is where we get to the nitty gritty, bro. We're almost at the end.
Gritty. Let's go.
We get to the nitty gritty. So Pete, I was like, so look, this is what I said. I said, yeah, I get nervous, but I performed on stages. Like I performed on stages before. You fucking suck it up and do what you gotta do. It ain't easy. My lips used to quiver rapping in front of people, and I slowly gained the ability to overcome it.
That's you?
That's me. I said that.
You're doing the most.
I am. I was. Like I said, this video is gonna be called Blue Residue.
Now towards the end.
It's like you're doing the most
Well,
right now.
I get to the shit, but
Okay.
because she was talking about you even get nervous and all that. I was validating her. Okay. Then she was trying to type. I was like, hold up, I gotta wait to finish writing. So this is where I said this is the end. This is a lot. So I'm gonna read. Said first, I don't want you to feel pressured into anything. I would never intentionally do that or make you uncomfortable. When I say using me to talk, I meant that it's not a fair exchange. It appeared as though you were using me for my time and conversation, where I don't necessarily need that from you. It seemed as though you were lonely and using me as a friend because you either had no one else or you really had feelings for me and were playing extremely hard to get, which is where I took as playing games. If you just want a friend, I'd cut you off because I still want to fuck you and don't need that tension with a quote-unquote friend. If you still are interested in me, then we can indulge in a friends with benefits situation. That's all I could do with you, or that's all I would do with you, because I don't know how else to go about it. I'm not trying to use you for sex, but spending time texting you and talking on the phone is the waste without any purpose. And right now, it's one-sided for your benefit. Whenever we talk, I get mad, because at times, even when I think you're a bit weird or crazy, I can't help but get the vibe that you're damn near the perfect girl for me. Blue shit.
Blue Residue.
Let me finish.
This whole...
I can admit it. I can admit it. I said, we said a bit weird or crazy. I can't help but get the vibe that you're damn near perfect for me. And that scared me at first because I didn't want to consider you for anything serious after you messed with my homies. But then you would hit me up randomly, and I tell myself to not let myself take you serious and to use you if I could. But we talk, and my emotions always get the better of me. I'd always feel the same vibe, and nothing would ever come from it anyway. So I'm tired of receiving the same text and call and high hope and let down. Now, after last year, I finally let go of baggage I had on me emotionally, and I'm in a place where I just want to be real. I'm not asking you to come over so I could fuck, though I'd probably want to. I literally just wanted to talk to you in person because we haven't talked in years. Right now, I couldn't.
That was cap.
No, that was real. That was real. Because like, it's not like I'm like.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Like, cause no.
When he said real, I'll be real.
No, continue.
Nah, I feel like that was
Call
a
me
real
if I got
statement to say.
Yeah.
It was.
Because a lot of niggas would.
Yeah,
But
like,
I feel like from you.
Cause it's like, yo, like that ass. I'm not saying like, yo, we just linked up one time and it's been years. Let's fuck right now.
But I feel like
yeah,
I feel like you also hold the hope of all we need to do is link. And then
I dead ass feel like all we gotta do is link.
yeah, and then you're gonna smash.
But I'm not.
You're
saying,
gonna low key get what
I'm
you
not
want
saying
from
I'm
that.
going
smash.
for that right away though. But all right. So where I'm at, I said, yeah, my bad, bro.
You don't gotta keep. I got it.
But well, what else I saying? So I said the baggage emotionally. I just want to be real. I'm not asking you to come over so I could fuck you, though I'd probably want to. I literally just wanted to talk to you in person because we haven't talked in years. Right now, I couldn't be in a relationship with you, especially with how unsure you are about your own emotions. And I need someone who could be real with me. And if no one else in this world, what else I said? Be real with me. And if no one else in the world, they can let their feelings out to me. If you don't know how you feel, then okay. I know I like you, but I can't allow myself to be in a relationship with you. I couldn't trust you fully with how much you hold back. But I feel that we still have mutual fun, and I'd still have a good friendship with you. I do see how that can be a slippery slope. I can be emotional too at times, but I know what it is. I feel like we both want to focus on our own shit and grow and become great, but personally, I don't think we should wait for any particular thing. Life happens. You push yourself forward and hopefully surround yourself with others who help push with you. I never want to distract you from your goal, and I'd hope you feel the same towards me. I want to hang out and see how it is. Now, if you got the vibe that something will happen that you'll regret, then I understand you not feeling ready to meet up with me. But understand why it felt like I was being used. Understand how I feel. It's a shame. It's a shame things have happened the way it has up until now. But I'm just curious of what it is we got. And as much as you come back to me and run away, I know you still watch me and think about it. I had to unfollow you on everything to stop thinking about you. And I'm good so long as you don't hit me up. But when you do, I've always been right there. Now you got to figure out what it is and don't respond to me till you, what I said. Now you got to figure out what it is and don't respond till you can at least decide a next step. Not a whole future thought up out of fear. Just a next step of what you want from me. Because at this point, I said all I have to say. I may have missed something, so I can clarify if need be, but I want more than just phone communication. And it definitely don't gotta be no full-blown relationship. And no pressuring anything ever. I just want your truth. Now, before I go into her response, what y'all feel about what I said?
That was a blue pill delivery, bro.
I agree. And I
That
agree.
was such a blue.
Blue
It's like
residue.
when you talk about like, fuck, I'm drunk.
You good?
But when you talk about, it's like, oh, it's just a blue pill delivery. I
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, that's how I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
That kind of, it didn't necessarily change her perspective, but it definitely took a different turn.
Yeah.
It, how do I put this?
It's like you're acknowledging your weakness in the fact that she can hit you up and you'll fall into it. So it's like, don't hit me up, because if you hit me up, I'm going to be back in the shit.
See, I was trying to put it like, look, I acknowledge the bullshit, but I'm saying don't hit me up because if you do, I'm trying to fuck. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to get out, but I can
Instead
see
of instead of just saying that, what I would do is
You had to have the
You're-
resolve to not
Yeah.
respond
Yeah.
when she hits you.
you're
up.
you're
As a
acknowledging
man.
what it's like that's your way of telling her, like, listen, I'm peeping the bullshit.
Yep.
I see what you're trying to do here. This is my way of telling you, all right, listen, I want one thing and one thing only. I'm down to be your friend, but keep in mind that what I want in return is a little bit more than just friendship.
Yep.
So that was your way of telling her, listen, we can keep going, we can keep going, we can keep going.
I feel like all that shows her is you caught on to what she's doing now. And I feel like she could find another reason or another way.
Because I
finesse.
guarantee you, she's gonna keep on finessing and finessing.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
finessing.
saying. It's like she's going to keep
that's
on
what I'm saying,
finessing.
Like as we're reading through all of these messages,
Yeah.
we see her point of view change. We see how
You ain't
she's
see the change yet. You ain't see the hard change yet. Continue.
well. So far, I guess it comes down to. I'm pretty sure that by this point in time, when these to the right where you stopped at, she realizes what you see.
Mm-hmm.
You realize what you've seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can easily just stop texting her right
That's
now.
a fact.
At this point right here,
At
you
that
could have
point.
just killed the convo right there.
Yep.
But you didn't, which is understandable because you're still trying to fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I feel like now she realizes what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still trying to do what she's been doing this whole time.
Yep.
The blue pill
Red pill.
delivery.
Yep.
Even though she's red pill.
Mm-hmm.
But she's giving you this blue. Because here's the thing that you forgot to mention about all women are
Because
red
she
pill.
always wins because she's playing red pill
Yeah.
fully.
But here's the thing.
Red pill dark arts.
For all women to be red pill, And I feel like in order for you to be red pill, and this goes for men too, you have to understand what it takes to be blue pill. Because you can't be a part of the red without knowing the blue exists. Most people that are part of the blue don't know that red exists because that's all they know. In order for you to be red, you have to be both red and blue.
That's because we live in a blue pill society.
Exactly. We live in a blue pill society, and we're used to this kind of shit. But it's kind of like your kids are blue, but your adults are red because in order to be an adult, you have to have been a kid, and you kind of have to see where both perspectives come from.
Yeah.
She knows what she has to say to you because remember, you guys dated.
Yeah.
She knows how she's gonna get Grav to be like, oh, okay. But after what you just said there, she's acknowledging what you want.
Yep. She's
telling you. In a way, she's kind of telling you how to get it.
It's like when you said, "How can she respect me when
I see
I respond?" Type shit. How can she respect me when I respond?
It's all about that respect. Real shit.
Cause
it's all about knowing what the person's going to say and knowing what they mean by it. Yeah. Because, like I said, it all goes back to how you can easily say something and how it's miscommunicated towards them. It's not like you're telling it to him, he's telling it to me, I'm telling it to her, and then by the time it gets to her, it changes. It's not even like that. She can't even use it as an excuse. Yep. You're speaking, directly to her, to where.
But she knows he cares.
She does, and that's the problem. That's the mistake.
It's like you have to acknowledge that point and just be able to just not entertain it, even if Denise does hit you up. You gotta be able to chalk it because, listen, try to move on to your life.
I don't know how much.
That's real.
How much
we're literally almost there. All right, so Pete.
It's like
So
Denise upgrade to Rihanna. That's what I'm saying. It's Rihanna's out here, bro.
That's real.
Get Rihanna, bro. Denise, cool. But
all right, so Pete, she said a lot. Right. She said a lot, and then I said a lot, but we're getting towards the end, so we're literally almost done. Even though it's still long messages, but we're literally at the last few messages, right? So
define few.
Just a few. So all right, I said what I said, and I said done, because at that point I was done.
Yeah.
And then she said, "I don't know. The truth is." I don't really decide things for the current moment. I usually just plan and act for the future. For the longest time, I've been working to get where I want to be and escape from where I am, so I don't want to mess that up in any way. And now it's finally looking like something will come of it. I know that really doesn't have anything to do with you, but I tell you that to make a point that I don't know what I want. I guess the best thing for me to do is to stop contacting you. For some reason, I thought it was okay as long as I didn't talk about us specifically and just talk about things we were both interested in. I feel I can talk to you about a lot of stuff. I was okay just talking to you, but I wasn't using you because I just wanted someone to vent or because I wanted to make me feel less lonely.
That's exactly what it was.
You said I've started to just become accustomed to feeling lonely all the time and not relating to barely anyone, so I just appreciated getting to connect with you sometimes. Though I don't want to hurt you, or though I don't want to hurt or bother you or lead you on or anything like that, I will admit that I'm afraid of completely using you and not being, I admit that I'm afraid of completely losing you and not being able to talk to you at all anymore, but I would understand if it's necessary. I didn't want to meet up with you because I thought your intentions were to start going out with me and have sex. By the way, I don't like calling it fucking because it makes me feel like it's less romantic and less intimate, but that's besides the point. If you just wanted to meet up, I would honestly come up with a bunch of excuses not to, because I don't want to make things awkward, and I feel like that would cause you to want a romantic sexual relationship. Even more because you're seeing me in person and it might bring back memories. I know I overanalyze things, but I feel like that helps. I appreciate you not wanting to get in the way of my self-growth too, but I don't do well in romantic relationships, and they literally occupy a big part of my mind. Plus, since the last time you saw me, I am completely opposite with my sexual activity, and I've recently made a plan to be abstinent until I move out. I really want to just focus on my goals, and I don't want to take advantage of you or play games. I also want to point out that it kind of hurts that we can't just have conversations without it seeming like I'm using you, because I'm not giving you anything in return for talking to me other than talking to you back, even though I initiated the conversation. It feels like you always have a mentality of some kind of exchange, and I really just want to have a good conversation, and then when I open up and be honest with you, it seems to come back and bite me in the butt. At this point, I think I probably don't have too much to offer you in terms of what you want and what I'm readily willing to give. So I guess I'll just have to suck it up and stop talking to you. I said, and I'll just continue. Let me finish. Hold on to your thoughts. I said, or no, she said. She said, I don't feel like I constantly owe you something, so I don't think we would do well together. And I understand that we can't be friends as much as I would want to. I just didn't want to accept it before because I feel like I'm often losing people who mean something to me. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that or with that feeling and all my other feelings I'm struggling with, but that's not your responsibility anyway, so I guess you'll just be better off as I leave you alone. Do you want to say anything or ask me anything? And this is where I said my last bit, right? I said, it's funny how I said, not really, instead of a long statement for the most. It's not that long. It's only one long statement opposed to the multiple. But I was like, not really. I said everything I had to say. I want intimacy and friendship with you without a relationship. But honestly, it's cool with me if you don't want me in the same way. But for me to interact with you, we need to want the same things from one another, especially if you feel that intimacy a distraction or a hindrance right now, but friendships aren't. We're not on the same page. If you ever hit me up again, I will still want both. I'll always want your friendship, but won't be able to healthily accept it without both. That's just how it is. As long as you hit me up talking about your feelings for me, I'm going to believe you want both intimacy and friendship also. I see you like my old photos randomly. I peep when you added me to your close friends on IG. I see you want my attention and can't process it. You want to follow abstinence, but you won't see me because it's hard for me. That sounds like a cop-out a little bit. You know what you want deep down, whether you can say it or not. I think you want both, and you don't want to get caught up in your potential emotions and thrown off your game in life, as though you don't enjoy our talks and enjoy orgasms in general. Then she went and said, well, I also did say that it would be hard for me. I said I don't think I could handle it, and that I want to focus on other things. But I'm different than I was in high school and don't want friends with benefits. I'm not the type of person who can just do things and see what happens or see where it goes. Now I'm getting frustrated with you again, and I don't even know why. I hate when I get like this, and now that I have stuff with my body going on, blah, 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 right? And then she said, eventually, I do want a relationship with someone who will treasure me, and I don't think that can be you. I tend to be high maintenance in an emotional way. Maybe I just crave the familiar connection with you. Either way, I can't give you what you want because I would end up hurting in the end, and it would probably end up a waste of your time anyways. I said one sentence. Word, I feel that. She said, I'm sorry. I'm starting to feel sick now, so I should go to sleep. At that point, I was like, you good, but have you accepted it? She said, accepted what? I said, not contacting me again after tonight. It's your decision, obviously, but now you know my side. You've accepted it.
I feel like that's where it's like, it seems like you're grasping at straws.
I was, but I wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
And I said, you've accepted it. She said, yeah. I said, bet. She said, good night and have a nice life. I said, same to you. Remember your decision and stay consistent. I wish you success.
Dude, that's petty.
It was, but that was real.
Grasping at straws.
That was it. And she saw that last message. She didn't respond, and that's the end of it.
So
we're at the end now. And it wasn't until after everything was over and I had a conversation about it that I started to look back and see certain manipulation tactics, see certain things. I currently feel like at the end of the day, if she truly wanted me for something more than friendship, then she would have gotten it. If she just wanted dick, she could have got some dick from me. If that's what she wanted, she could have gotten that. But she wanted friendship. Now, my only confusion comes from, why do you want my friendship? That is the confusion.
Because she knew you care deep down. You got them cancer traits, bro.
Is that what you are, Ken?
Well, I'm a Sag.
He's a Sag, but
Sag gang.
he got cancer traits.
Sag gang. Doing another half. Sag gang.
listen.
But right now, this is over. This is the end. And I want to say this before we even continue, right? That night, as I pray before I go to sleep. As I went to sleep, as I was praying, I started crying. And I cried and went to sleep. And when I woke up that next morning, before I even got out of bed, face still to the pillow, I started crying. And I realized that it was mainly because of where I am right now, currently in my depression, and the hope that I had. And then I realized how much of a hypocrite I was during that conversation. I realized how much blue pill I had during that conversation, and where I could have saved so much time. I realized how much I fucked up, and it
The
made
reflection
me,
of,
yeah.
I wasn't where I thought I was.
Yeah, I wasn't where I thought I was, and I needed to make this video because how many other niggas out here dealing with blue pill shit who deal with an ex, who deal with a different girl, who deal with some type of emotion, and they're acting like little bitches. They acting like some blue pill ass niggas. They know what they want, and they don't know how to go about it, and society has fucked them up. They're stuck.
Goddamn.
And they end up where I was. They end up like me, talking to this girl, wasting their fucking time, thinking something will come of it, and being led on. And I can say I led myself on, because how many times did she say, I don't want to see you? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But the simple shit, you look
manipulation.
past. No, it's not. It is, but it isn't. I allowed
Like when
it.
she throws the bait, yeah, you allow it, but it's like when she throws that bait, she could say that, but yet at the same time, she'll be like, "Oh, talk about your mans." Like, "Oh, I don't want to meet up with you because I know what's gonna happen."
And then even at the end, she was like, I didn't say I can handle it. Because I'm like, yo, you say you abstinent, but you don't want to link up because of me? That's a cop-out. And then she said, well, I didn't say I could handle it either. Bitch, that's what you implied. That's what you implied. You implied that you ain't want to see me because you was afraid of how I'ma feel. Bitch, you know you gonna want me. You know you fucking want. Stop playing. You know what the fuck it is.
Hey.
You know if you see me, give it 30 minutes before you pressing your butt on my dick. Give it 20 minutes before we sit next to each other
shit.
and your hand
Hey.
touch my fucking thigh.
I can't even.
Big cat, no bullshit.
Give it time before. Like, you know what it was. I was fingering you in Chinese class, bitch. You know what it is. You know what it is. We can't be next to each other without some shit going on. I technically cheated on my girl, technically, with you. Because of me making bad decisions in my past. I remember this shit. I remember the day we broke up, or the next day. We broke up on a Sunday. Now, mind you, prior to Denise, I was talking to another girl. I'm going to call this other girl
Lauren.
There we go, Lauren.
You good with the
Yeah,
names,
I like
bro.
you. Yo, man,
You
you got
good
the
with
names
the
ready.
names.
All right, so I was talking to Lauren, right? Me and Lauren was talking for a little bit. Just not crazy long, but for a little bit. Now, at a certain point, I realized shit wasn't going on with Lauren. So I was like, yo, I'm going to just drop Lauren. It ain't nothing. Around that same time, Denise pops up. So I see Denise, and I'm like, oh, shit. Yo, this whole situation popped up. So when me and Denise broke up, what a nigga do? Yo, what Lauren doing? Bro, what Lauren doing? So I hit Lauren up the next day. And I was like, yo, so remember when I said I had feelings, blah, blah, blah for you? Guess how she responded?
How?
Do you want to be my boyfriend? I said, yeah. So literally next day, I got a new girl.
It's funny how
fuck
she did
boy
that to
grab.
the guy
Yo,
to do that
yo,
to you, and then
yeah.
you did it to her, nigga, with somebody else.
So I was like, all right.
This nigga
So
was like, fuck it.
So now I got a new girl at this time. I'm like, all right, so shit don't go well. And then literally I go back to Denise. But it just sticks out to me where it's like, yo, this shit is fucking dumb. Like all the way through, it's dumb. You know what it is. I was with Lauren, and at that point, the day after I broke up with Denise, me and her were still talking.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, I was blinded by it, right? I realize now, even though I broke up with her, she was still trying to fuck around with me. But I was on some mixed blue pill, red pill shit where I was like, okay, I want you to be my girl, but if you're not my girl, I'm not trying to treat you like my girl. So now I got a different girl, but I still want to fuck with you, but I can't. So I remember it was the very next day, I had gotten with a new girl, but I was supposed to go chill with Denise. I didn't want to go by myself. So I brought some homies with me. Cause I knew.
I thought you was about to say you brought Lauren over to Denise's house.
No. That would have never. I don't. Honestly, I wonder if they know each other. I don't know. But
Too late now.
I mean, they was in the same grade, but I brought homies with me. I brought homies with me to Denise's house because I knew if it was just me and her, I'm gonna cheat on my new girl that I just got with today. Like if it was just me and her, something bad gonna happen. I can't go by myself.
And you trying to be nice.
I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be a good guy. That is. That is. So
you know you don't need that. You know you
I
don't
did.
need that.
I
You got a new girl. You know you don't need that, bro.
But I'm like, okay, whatever. So we go, and then nothing really happens that time. But then it was another day where I'm still with Lauren. But that's a whole nother video because I feel like that was some bullshit of itself, right? But there was a day where we was going, me and another homie, one of the homies that actually ended up fucking around with her. I didn't know at the time. We end up going to Denise's house. I'm in a relationship with Lauren. But as I'm with Denise, that chemistry that I mentioned, that to this day I believe Denise is afraid of, made me I cheated. I didn't fuck Denise. No. Did I do that? No. But I consider cheating as doing something that you wouldn't be okay with your significant other doing. Yeah. If your significant other found out, if they would have a problem, it's cheating.
Does this mean that when Denise watches this, that she's just gonna now realize after all these years?
No, she knew I was with Lauren at the time.
Oh, yeah,
okay. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure she knew.
She was well aware of her actions.
I mean, look, I can't say that. I'm pretty sure she knew. I mean, no, she knew.
I'm confident. I'm pretty sure she's well aware of her actions.
Pete, we walk into her house, right? We walk into her. Well, we stop at Acme first, right?
Gotta love Acme.
We had a certain thing where I would just like come up behind her. And, like, I was a bigger nigga at the time. It's kind of, like, funny. I, like, press up behind her. So all she feels is, like, stomach and dick type. Like, you know what I mean? And I would do that shit. And then she would look behind me and smile, you know? And I was like, okay, that's what we used to do. And then, like, I'm on my way to go chill with my homie at Denise's house. Whole time I know I'm with Lauren. But like as we walking, I can't help it. It's like I hadn't done anything sexual with Lauren at the time, and I literally just broke up with Denise the day before, so I'm still horny. Like I'm fighting that shit. So I'm trying to be good, but it's like I just walk up behind her, press the, and she was getting mad at me. It was kind of like I was teasing her at that point. I'm not gonna lie, like. At that point, she knew we wasn't together and she still wanted to fuck with me, but she knew I was with somebody else, but I was like teasing her. So it'd be times where I was like coming up behind her and I would just, press up, and like she would do that. And then she would look at me and like kind of like be annoyed a little bit, like a little mad, like not like mad.
Yeah,
but like
and then,
a little
but she fuck with it. Bitches fuck with it. Bitches fuck with that type of energy.
But then I felt the way when she flipped the shit on me.
That's all that matters.
But no, when she flipped the shit on me, that shit was uncomfortable.
I mean,
like no, because like we kept walking. The next thing I know, like I'm walking and she just stopped and pressed on me. I'm like, oh, Stop.
Don't tell me you wasn't with it.
I was like, yo,
Listen,
it's
stop.
like,
yo.
At the end,
That's when you
Stop.
gotta take a step further. That's what that
at the
means.
end of the day,
Yeah.
Oh,
you
word.
you gotta look at
Fuck you mean.
you gotta look at so many different things about this girl. This girl done hit you up. This girl done talked about so much shit with you.
Yep.
At every single time the topic changed, you could have easily ended the conversation. She could have easily done it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what I think.
Yeah.
In all honesty, bro, I'm pretty sure that this whole conversation started with one reason and it ended with a different reason.
What you mean?
'Cause I'm enlightening you on that.
Okay.
When you go back all the way to the beginning, bro,
Yeah.
you look at her hitting you up, talking about like, what are you like these videos? What are you talking about? Your music, your investments.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you talk about that, and it's like, all right, well, look, whatever. Why are you hitting me up? You know, you got that vibe. You know, you're like,
Yeah,
why are you hitting me up?
facts.
Like
Yeah.
after all these times, after what y'all went to the time before.
What are you really trying to
Yeah,
say?
like what you want? Like what you hit me up for?
And that's what I said. Like, you really just want to talk about this?
Yeah.
You really want to just talk about
and
podcast?
then you made it openly clear. Listen, and I don't mean to say it out of context, but you know, you pretty much was like, look, listen, bitch, I want this. If you hit me up, I'm making it clear. I want this, and that.
Yep.
Yeah,
If you ain't down for it,
it's a wrap.
Yep.
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yep.
The fuck we talking for? And you mean that with no disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
You just want red pill.
Yep.
Say how it is.
Straight up.
Be a fucking man.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
And it seems like she took it as, well, hold up. All right. If that's what you're going for, I'm going to put the brakes right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she's going for at that time.
Yeah.
And it seems to me like I feel like you could really hit that if you wanted to.
Uh-huh.
I feel like if you really had the patience and did things the right way, and you guys might disagree with me, but basically with what I'm hearing with all this is if you had a little bit of patience, you can get what you want. And she can get what she wants. But if you want to fast forward now to like about half midway point, she's sounding very, very skeptical about whether or not she wanted to even continue talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because halfway through it, you're just talking about whatever at this point, talking about like she's going through life, she's going through her problems, she doesn't want to involve you in it, she doesn't want you to like her parents to think that she's out here messing with you again, because clearly it went wrong the last time.
Yeah.
You know, and it just seems like, why hit me up if you knew damn well where this was going? Because I guarantee you she knew what you like were going to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, y'all just talked about something similar not
Last
too
year.
long ago.
Yeah,
Exactly.
April last year.
April last year. Not even a full year.
yet.
Not even
Yeah.
a full year. So I feel like her original excuse for hitting you up was more of, because she's not with nobody right now, right?
Yeah, she's single now. I literally had to look that up. Like, literally, I went to her nigga page, and all the pictures of her are gone.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so maybe, you know what, maybe she hit you up because, you know what, maybe she is going through some things right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe she's like, you know what's Grab doing right now? You know? And
But I wouldn't. I'm not cutting
Cause
you
you know
off.
he
Hold
gonna
up.
care.
I want him to. I feel you. I want you to continue. I just want to say this. Even though, like, she could be going through something right now. Even while she was still with the nigga, she was still liking my shit, trying to get my attention.
Right.
Hit me up, talking about she been thinking about me when she had a nigga. So
And-
now that she's single, I understand referencing specifically that she is single. But even when she was in a relationship, she's thinking
It
about
didn't
me.
matter.
So
So, yeah.
besides that mattering, you look at, all right, so what happened in your life that made you want to hit me up? Because regardless whether she was single or had a boyfriend, something
Yeah.
bad still happened in your life for you to be like, man, like I'm going through it. But then, you know, of course, people, you know, they go through it. They on their phones. They might go through some shit and look, you know what comes up? Shit, grabs post, and you know you're going through it. So it's like,
That's different, because if literally she thinks about me and sees my post from recently, that's one thing. But if she thinks about me and she go like some shit from 3 years ago, like 5 pictures in a row from 3 years ago, to get my attention. So now I look at my notifications. Oh shit, 5 likes in a row. I open the pictures. All of them are from 3 years ago.
But that's what I'm saying,
Back to
though.
back to back to back.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, we don't know what happened during that time for her to be like.
I feel like she's not willing to
Going back
acknowledge
on-
those manipulation tactics.
No, she's not. She's not, because she knows that in that way he would become the victim and not her.
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying was, it all comes back to her wanting something, and she wanted to see what you wanted back.
Yeah.
And then going with the conversation, because there's a lot of things that I can tell was just like bullshit responses to continue the conversation. Whether or not you was okay with that, she just wanted to continue the conversation because she wanted to see where it would go. And same thing with you. You wanted to see where it would go.
And I see that now. Continue.
So then we move over to like 3/4 of the way where it's like, all right, well, now you guys are talking about she knows what you want. You know what she wants. But she's openly told you, listen, I just want to be friends. But you're like, well, nah, I'll be friends with you, but I want more than just friends. I want to be friends with benefits at least. Because you already said you'd be down to date her.
Oh, no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
That was like a year ago. Like last year when the situation happened,
You
I was considering dating her.
So,
But I this whole time, this most recent conversation, I never folded on that. I literally said, I'm not trying to date you. I'm not trying to think about forever.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about kids? And I just want a friends with benefits.
right.
Yeah.
So clearly, and this goes to you too, bro. Like, clearly, her hitting you up also opened the door for you to try and be with her at the same time. Because had she never hit you up, you never would have even thought about sleeping with Denise.
I would have thought about. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I would have thought about it, but I can like the one thing I say is you can control your actions, not your emotions and thoughts. You feel what you feel. I think about her a lot, and oftentimes I do think about like, oh, if I could mess with her again, but I never think about hitting her up because I realize what that implies.
Yeah.
Like I've never folded on that, on hitting her up because at least in the last 5 years, I've never gone out of my way. I've never hit her in the last 5 years. I have not hit her up. It's been her hitting me up.
And still, bro, like I said, like basically, I can see her decision making change throughout this whole conversation. Like she's starting to realize, like, all right, listen, I'm pretty sure he knows what's up. Like he's obviously knowing, like I'm hitting him up.
Manipulation tactics.
Yeah, the
working.
manipulations, the whole red blue, like the red pill, like, but I'm over here giving him blue pill. Now she's probably not thinking that way.
Yeah.
But if you go deeper into it, she's thinking of as I'm really one way, but I'm giving him reasons of being another way.
Red pill.
Exactly. Her own view of things, you know, like
it's not working no more.
Exactly. So it's like things change. The topic changes. You know, you two are going back and forth on it. And then it's like, all right, well, what's next? And then you guys get into the whole, well, I want to focus on my career. I want to do this. I want to talk about kids. Now,
Abstinent.
Exactly.
That right there was a manipulation.
Now you're like,
at the end she
now
brought
you're
that
like,
up.
oh, shit.
You're like,
oh
really
shit.
tapping.
Pause. Let me switch it up.
If
real
you're
quick,
abstinent, why are
because
you
she's-
bringing up my dick?
Exactly.
If you're abstinent, you're really out of pocket. It's like you know exactly what you're doing. But I done peeped all the other shit, so you're trying to be as blunt as possible.
So I'm gonna end
but
this
you
right
contradiction in
here,
yourself.
where I'm gonna
ahead.
say, listen, bro. At the end of the day, she seems like she knows what's gonna happen if y'all meet up. You know what's gonna happen if y'all meet up. If you sincerely want to, be patient. It will happen.
No.
Wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that.
No.
Continue. I'm not cutting you off. Go.
So,
Continue.
if you genuinely want to, and me as your friend, I'm gonna tell you, listen, if that's what you want, bro, then you patiently wait and you do it right, because clearly she done told you she doesn't want to do that.
Yep.
Clearly she's told you she just wants this and
Just
that.
friendship.
That's
all.
friendship. Because right now for all we know, she could be going through her own shit.
I bet she is.
She could be going through her own shit where she's probably talking to two of her friends right now.
She has no friends. That's why she hit me up. I'm pretty sure that's part of it. She's literally talked about how she has no friends.
Okay.
No, she really, and that's the issue with me, because it's like, yo, if it was as simple as just wanting friends and you suck at making friends, I can relate to that. But at the same time, I don't have to fucking do charity for you. I don't have to be your friend because you have no friends. I don't have to be that nigga.
Also,
hold on, let me finish this. I don't have to be that nigga that is there for you to bear your emotions, for you to say, I'm an emotional nigga. I can admit that. And honestly, I realize that females, at the end of the day, and I could be wrong. Please comment. Please say what the fuck you gotta say. I feel as though, as much as women want their niggas to be more emotional, be more caring, express themselves, at the end of the fucking day, you don't fucking want that shit. You don't want to hear me talk about that shit. You don't want to hear me bitch about shit. You don't want your man to cry in front of you. You like that shit. I bet money, if I was to kill a nigga in front of you and then cry, you don't give a fuck. Why? Because I just killed a nigga. But if I'm going through my life and I'm dealing with whatever and some shit at work is bothering me and I want to fucking cry, you gonna look at me like a bitch. Straight up. You gonna look at me like the man who isn't a fucking man no more. You gonna look at me like the nigga. I'm supposed to be your rock. I'm supposed to be the nigga that's secure. You the one that's supposed to come to me and say what you gotta say, express your feelings, and I'm supposed to be the nigga that holds you down, that make you feel better. Now, I'm not saying this is all women, because you have a lot of wonderful women out there who will be there for you, who will respect you, who will listen to how you feel and not look down on you for it. Why? Because they are comfortable within their feminine. They're comfortable within their world, within their role. Regardless of how much money they make, regardless of what job they have, they can get with a man and do what needs to be done to make that man happy. And hopefully that man can do what needs to be done to make her happy. But at the end of the day, that is a blessing. That right there is a perfect balance. But right now, we're so off put as a society that niggas don't know how to find that balance. That balance is rare right now. That balance is rare right now. We dealing with a 50% divorce rate, 80% by women. Niggas are the ones who dictate relationships. Niggas are the ones who put the ring on the finger. Women are the ones who spread their fucking legs. It's not that simple. It's not as simple as sex and rings. It's not that simple. But at the end of the day, we have to understand what we control. And at the end of the day, you got a lot of niggas who don't understand how to stand up for what they want, who understand what they want and don't fight for it because of society, because they don't want to have the conversation, because they're afraid. This is going to pop up in another video, but I have another friend who I asked him to look at my podcast, the very first one that I did with a female friend of mine, and he won't do it. I asked his girlfriend to watch it, and she's a feminist, and she's more interested than him. She's more interested than him, but he won't show it to her. Why? Because he doesn't want to have the confrontation. He's afraid. He's afraid of having a conversation because he's afraid of what his girl's going to say. He's afraid of saying what he truly feels. He's afraid of what will happen afterwards.
There's no bullshit here on the Big Cat.
That conversation is necessary.
Not at all, people. Not at all.
That conversation is necessary. If you are afraid to have a conversation with your significant other, break up.
Damn.
Break up.
Facts.
If you cannot have any conversation with your significant other, if you are too pussy to say how you feel, and if your significant other does not respect you enough to listen,
Factory.
break up. Break the fuck up. It's not gonna last.
Nigga.
It's not gonna last. If you, yes, relationships come with arguments. Bullshit comes. I'm not saying everything has to be perfect. I'm not saying you have to agree on everything. But if you can't disagree, if you can't argue without raising your voice, if you can't argue without getting physical, if you can't discuss without digging into your fucking soul and saying what your heart says, and if your significant other can't accept that, break the fuck up, because it's not gonna last. Your woman will not respect you if you allow bullshit to occur. Period. Your woman posting pictures on social media. Hypothetical. Let me not even get into that. That's another video. The whole point.
Niggas won't take accountability.
Niggas won't take it. We as people won't take accountability, but it's deeper than that. Because what I realized with this conversation with this homie that will remain anonymous, he is cool with his girl. They don't have problems right now. So he isn't forced to acknowledge these things because he hasn't come to that point.
You trying to keep the peace.
Peace.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's the issue. What is better? No, hold on. Let me not even say what is better. What is the difference between peace and happiness? Because at the end of the day, we want to be happy, but we try to keep the peace. What the fuck does that mean? Keep the fucking peace. What you mean is be a bitch and let your bitch be happy. Happy house, happy wife, happy life is bullshit. It's bullshit. Keep your wife happy. You unhappy, so you got a happy life because your wife is happy? You think since your wife is happy, you gonna be happy? You think since you do things for her, she's gonna do things for you? Is that what it is? That's bullshit. At the end of the day, we sign a contract when we get married. The contract does not require you to maintain your partner's happiness. All we say is stay. In sickness and health.
Yeah, technically speaking, when you get married, to not really get into marriage, that contract is bonding the two people who decide to get married. It doesn't tell you how to maintain your marriage. It doesn't tell you how to manage it or to make it or break it. It just tells you you're married. You know, regardless of how the two people feel.
If you don't already see the bullshit you're about to go through with this person in the future, I feel like you shouldn't get married.
Because keep in mind, you know what they say, like when you marry a woman and vice versa, when you marry a man, you're not only marrying them, but you're marrying their family.
Yep.
If they have kids, you're marrying the kids.
Yep.
If you're marrying damn near the health, deficits, like you're marrying everything about that person and around that person. Yep. If your significant other is in college and is going to be a doctor or a lawyer or a trade person in terms of plumbing, construction, you're marrying that lifestyle. Because at that point, your significant other, you're marrying that schedule. You're marrying that life. You're marrying the foods that person eats. You're literally bonding that life of that person to the other.
Yep.
I feel like that's why this subject is so hard to talk about because, it's so personal.
It is. It's very personal.
It's like only you can know what you're willing to put up with.
Yep.
And what is worth.
And the problem is that in today's society,
you might not like.
Excuse me. The problem is that there's no way of knowing that before you get into something.
Mm-hmm. I disagree. Continue. I disagree with that.
Listen. It's because I can't walk up to a girl and know if she's crazy already, or I can't walk up to a girl and know how does she feel about what makes her happy and what I can provide.
That's a lack of accountability, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because when you say you can't walk up to a girl and know these things, I agree with that statement. But at the end of the day, prior to putting a ring on her finger, it's up to you to know all these things. It's up to you to figure it out.
But I'm talking about like when you first meet her.
Okay.
When you first meet her, there's no way of you knowing this.
I agree.
Now, if you've been dating for a whole year and you still don't know this shit, then you didn't do your job.
Agreed. Continue.
That's what I was trying to say was, if when you walk up to a person, a girl, if you're a guy and you walk up to a girl, and this is the first thing that you do and you interact with her, you don't know if she's crazy. Yep. You don't know if she's the best woman in the world or the worst person, or in terms of sex-wise, you don't know if she's going to be the best sex you've ever had or the worst sex you've ever had.
Yep.
You don't know this shit. Same thing. And you know what's a big topic that could be another video as well? Yeah. Is the conversations that people have when you start dating somebody and you have AIDS. Or you have HIV.
Oh, you're right. Hold up. We're gonna, we're gonna do a whole nother episode on this because I've been on the I don't know if you know this YouTube channel. It's called Reddit Cheating Stories. Mm-hmm. So like the whole thing is just infidelity and not always infidelity because it be some random shit sometimes. But the whole thing is infidelity. So I literally saw a video where his wife cheated on him with his brother and found out the brother had HIV. And then the wife was still dealing with this nigga. So that's a whole nother episode.
But,
I agree.
to
That's a
not
whole
basically,
nother
like I
episode.
said, I wasn't gonna jump into that. But basically, it's like it all comes back to knowing, to basically not knowing what you get yourself into, depending on who you be. Like you can have ex-girlfriends and girlfriends, and it's gonna keep on happening. We already know there's enough fish in the sea to please anybody if they really went for it.
I feel like it's about not knowing. It's about trust.
It's enough fish in the sea for men.
It's also a trust thing, because you can have people who can get any girl they want, but they have trust issues, and that might not work for that person.
Yeah.
You know, but basically, you know, to get back to what Denise is all about, it's like, bro, it's either you want it or you don't. If you do, go get it. If you don't, let it be. Because at the end of the day, if you decide to just let it be, the next
It
time
would
she
be
hits
for
you
your
up,
benefit also.
also, yeah, that as well. But at the end of the day, if you decide to move on, don't you dare answer her back.
Yeah.
Don't you dare answer her text, her
That's a
calls, her pick, nothing.
That's
You
red
ignore
pill.
her?
Hold on, this is what I'm gonna say.
That's
I
red
just
pill.
want to say this. Look. Like I said prior, in the very beginning, I told her there was nothing she could say that would bother me, and nothing she said bothered me. My emotional reaction, my tears were based on me and my life, not her and my interaction with her. It was not based on her.
But the acknowledgement that you might
She
have
was
fell
a
for the
fucking
trap.
burger, and I was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be disrespectful to her because, like I said, I still want to fuck.
That's
Even
the
though,
problem.
even no. Listen, I realize I should not. But like I said, I hope she is watching this, and I hope she understands. Like, look, don't ever respond to something that I post. I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't hit me up. Don't reply to my personal DMs. Don't have a long conversation. If you are lonely, don't look at me as somebody who can make you feel less lonely. Don't look at me as a platonic friend. Please don't ever look at me as a platonic friend.
Because the cure is something you don't want to handle.
You want me. You can't acknowledge it. You've admitted to stalking me. You've admitted to paying attention to me even if we stop talking. You've said it. You know what you want. No matter what's going on in your life, I feel you. But that's why I feel like it's the bullshit. It's like, look, the biggest lie ever told was that women don't want sex like men want sex. We are sexual beings. The only difference is how we are valued after we have sex. Mm-hmm. That's really it. I mean, and that's the one issue that we can't, like, so, like, women would rather deny wanting to have sex instead of saying, like, look, I want to fuck you, but I'm not. I'm not. Like, if she told me, like, look, I want to fuck you, but I don't think it's the right thing to do, I might have respected that a bit more. She might have been more likely to have some friendship. Because you know what? It's like, look, at least you being real with me. Mm-hmm. But now I could sense the bullshit, and you know what I want, and you playing with me.
Yeah.
And I call you out for playing with me, and you try to shame me? You said,
like,
I don't
you
understand
playing with
why
me
you
to
want
get
that.
what you want.
Yeah.
Selfish. You playing me to get what you want.
100% selfish.
Can you imagine if all of this was like real intentions, like nice intentions? Like she didn't mean to like be seen as the person.
I can't imagine that because, like I said, the reason I want her is because I know she's smart. This girl is intelligent. This girl is artistic.
She too smart for that.
She's not fucking dumb. Like, honestly, if me and her had some kids, they'd probably be some smart ass kids.
So do you feel like, so does it surprise you that she would even come to you like
no,
this?
it doesn't. Because now, as Red Pill Grav, I realize that she's been manipulating me for years.
Mm-hmm.
Red Pill Dark Arts.
Can we pause and edit? Can we have an edit real quick?
Wow, what's up?
So I'm kind of hungry. So can we like talk about?
No, we about to finish. We about to finish because like we already went through.
We've been about to finish for the last 2 hours.
Nah, I said we was about to be done.
It was
like,
about
with
to
the
be
messages.
done 2 hours ago. But yeah, it's like
But-
honestly, your phone said 9:42, and I was like, "There's no way it's 9:42," because just like 10 minutes ago,
Okay,
Texas
here,
Roadhouse was gonna close at 9, and it's fucking 9:42.
But all right, so right now. Nah, real shit though. Like just so we could finish up the topics. I'm with you though. Right now, we have gone through all of my messages. I've brought up how things were from the point that I first met this girl to the point where she just hit me up most recently. All the bullshit I've gone through, the confusion that I've gone through, and things that I've wanted and didn't say, things that I believe she wanted and she didn't say. And where I'm at right now, again, and I've said this multiple times, but I'm calling this video Blue Residue because I realize where I fucked up. And there are certain places where I don't. Like, I still don't realize where I fucked up all the way. But on a larger scale, I understand that she wanted me for friendship. Whether I wanted that from her or not. She wanted me for friendship. And I couldn't properly accept that. But beyond that, she understood what I wanted and manipulated me. That's my current perspective. It could change. Please comment and let me know what you think based on your personal opinion. But I feel like she knew that I wanted something more. She didn't want something more. Or maybe part of me deep down, and please clarify, let me know what y'all think. Part of me deep down thinks that she looks at me as someone with potential. She looks at me and she thinks I'm talented. She thinks I'm smart. She thinks I'm intelligent.
She's always known that, and she'll always know that.
She thinks that I'm going to be someone great one day. And she wants to stay a part of it. She doesn't want me now because I'm not that yet. But she doesn't want to indulge until I'm there. That's a current perspective that I have, because if she just wanted me, she could have had me, and she chose not to. If she just wanted conversation, well, I've given that to her and told her she can't have it, and she comes back. And
like when she was talking about if you was famous, I couldn't fuck with it.
Yeah.
If you ever became famous, I don't think I'll fuck with the lifestyle.
That statement right there shows that she believes it. She believes I'm going to be famous one day, and I feel like that could be part of the issue. Like I said, either she's afraid of dealing with me because of whatever might affect her. She either is using me or she is fucking confused.
Can't really say she's using you because it hasn't happened yet. She's trying to get involved in your
me
life.
responding is her using me. Having long ass conversations is her using me.
I feel where you're coming
It's
from.
not
She
the
wants to
potential.
talk
She
to
wants,
somebody.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
the emotional. She wants to put. She just wants to talk to somebody. He feels like Grab will care. She feels like he'll care, so she can put all her emotional weight on him. Type shit.
Well, with that said, let's help us what we think.
So that's about it. Like we went through the whole story, and honestly, I feel like I'm over it. Like I don't want her to hit me up no more. That being said, I already told her like I will always want to fuck if she does hit me up. So
I feel like that's something you gotta get over.
that's something I gotta get over. 100%. I feel
Who knows?
like
Maybe she does hit you again, but you've moved on so much to the point where it won't even bother you. You won't even look at it.
That right there would be best.
Yeah.
If I
was like, you got another joint, and it's like,
Who knows? Yeah.
next time she hit you up, you laughing.
I'll say that.
Other joint that's so much better.
If I find a new girl tomorrow and I get into a relationship a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months, whatever, if you ever hit me again, my girl is responding to you. Period.
Enough said.
Denise, you won't be able to get to him. Pass
Denise,
the phone to that
thank
next
you.
joint.
My
No,
girl is
thank you.
responding. So, Denise, like, look, this dick still wants you, but my mind is over that shit.
That's a blue pill statement.
Nah, that's some real shit. I feel like I see where you come from.
It's
when
the
you say
real.
that,
It's the
but
realest.
I feel like
blue
that's
shit
real.
you can get.
Yeah. That's the realest blue shit. I'll give it.
It's
I'll
the
give that to you.
reddest, bluest thing you
that's
ever
the reddest
say.
blue shit.
That's like a blue
Because
pill
it's like,
scar.
look, what I'm saying is this. I never folded in my opinion of not dating her.
Yeah, definitely.
Not once did I fold on that.
But you
I
want
have
the
been
pussy.
consistent on wanting vagina. Period.
So do you want vagina, just to want vagina, or do you want vagina because it's her type shit?
No.
think it's both.
No. I won't say it's because like I said, she's a cool girl, and I'll fuck with her and all that. But like I don't think about like, oh shit, like how's it doing?
Or do you feel like
I'm
it would,
I'm have to edit that out. I don't think.
Listen, if you're gonna edit it out, shit, you want
Edit that
pussy,
out.
you want some dick.
I don't be thinking like, oh shit, how's Denise doing? I don't be thinking
I'm
like
gonna leave
that.
here. I'm gonna leave here tonight and be like,
It's
I
like-
wonder what Denise is doing right now.
Not, but I don't sit back and be like, yo, how is she doing? I want to talk to her about her life. I think about her when I'm horny.
Can't be the only person.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think about her when I'm horny. I don't think about her when I'm lonely.
so you as a man has to control that horniness.
Yeah,
And with that being
I'm
said,
with that.
this girl, Denise, if you're watching this, thank you
Denise,
for making it this
listen.
far. And I hope you leave my boy Grav alone. And you respect his choices, since you couldn't respect his earlier. And wow, I guess we can just say thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, nobody's gonna save you. Only you can save yourself.
Yeah.
So
And if you need a friend, well, I think they have free friends online.
no, you gotta be a friend with yourself.
Love
Nah,
yourself
once you're
first.
friends with
Love,
yourself,
Just keep playing D&D.
love
Like
yourself
you
first.
met your friends online.
Yeah.
Like you playing D&D, they teach you how to role play. Just indulge in that. Have
That's
some fun.
Dungeons and Dragons, right? It took
Yup.
me this
Yeah.
long to realize
Yeah.
that.
You don't gotta go to the past because you got friends in the future.
For real,
That's it.
exactly.
That's real.
Exactly.
Goddamn,
Thank
yeah.
you.
But again,
Fuck you, man.
it's the big cat. No bullshit.
No bullshit.
Just conversations
bullshit,
about
people.
passions, philosophy, and perspective. This another video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think.
Thank you.
Word.